Hi friends, welcome to classes by Lab Doctor. So in the last class we saw what is ESR and where all do we use this ESR. But how actually does this ESR take place? You know, the rate at which this erythrocyte sedimentation happens. What is the actual mechanism of this ESR? That we will study in today's class. So, you all know that the definition of ESR is the rate at which the erythrocyte settles down. Okay, and we usually take it for an R because of the reason which I have already explained, that happens in three stages: the stage of Roulet formation, the actual stage of settling, and packing. So the stage of roulet formation takes place around 10 minutes, in the settling phase which takes around 40, and the packing stage which takes around 10 minutes. So this together amounts to 60 minutes. So we say that in an hour, how much time does the RBCs take to settle down, to come down and settle? That is what we call as ESR. Okay. So now, how actually does this process happen? This we will study in today's class. So these, you know that these are the monodispersed RBCs. So they have these negative charges around this. Okay. So usually the RBCs do not come together. They do not form Roulet formation. Why? Because there is this negative charge around the RBC. So they repel. And this negative charge is given by the surface sialic acid, and this is called as the zeta potential. If we neutralize this charge, then the RBCs will stack into this chain and this Roulet formation, and they will come down rapidly. Okay, so the first thing is this neutralization of this zeta potential. Okay, and for this there are many factors which can neutralize this zeta potential. So this is a zeta potential. It is the measure of magnitude of the electrostatic charges or repulsion, attraction between the particle. That is what we call as zeta potential. And zeta potential here is resulting from the negatively charged sialic acid groups in the RBC membrane. So now for these Roulet formation, this is called as the Roulet formation. So for this Roulet formation to occur, these macromolecules must be present in the suspending medium. There should be some molecules which are going to make these RBCs stack together. And those are your fibrinogen, your immunoglobulins. Okay. So I've told you fibrinogen is an acute phase reactant. Suppose if there is an infection, suppose if there is an inflammation, if there is an injury, typically the liver क्या करता है, अपना fibrinogen को boost up करता है, ज्यादा fibrinogen produce करता है. क्यों? Fibrinogen ही है जो वो inflammation को limit करता है, spread करने से रोकता है, उधर clot form करता है, heal होने के लिए help करता है. So fibrinogen एक body का response है जब inflammation होता है. तो फाइब्रिनोजन जब बढ़ता है, ये क्या करता है, आरबीसीज को भी पुल करता है, क्लॉट फॉर्मेशन करता है ये. तो दैट इज वाई ये फाइब्रिनोजन बढ़ने के वजह से आरबीसी सेटल डाउन जल्दी होते हैं. सो व्हेन द आरबीसी सेटल डाउन फास्टर because of this fibrinogen or globulins, immunoglobulins, which are again proteins which the body produces when there is an inflammation. So they will help these RBCs to stack like a coin. You can see the coins, they are placed one above the other and they will aggregate into a single axis forming a roulet. And the weight of the particle increases relative to their surface area. So ये जो weight है, इसका weight रिलेटिवली इंक्रीज हो जाता है कंपेयर टू द सरफेस एरिया से, एंड द रेड सेल रेट ऑफ फॉल थ्रू द प्लाज्मा इंक्रीजेस. तो दिस रेट ऑफ सेटलिंग डाउन विल increase. So here you can see this is monodispersed RBCs and here you can see the stack of coin. एक coin एक के ऊपर एक जो रखा है. This is the Rouleux formation. इसके वजह से इसका जो rate settling rate है वो ज़्यादा heavy होके. So you can see the balance here. There is an upward force which is exerted by the plasma. Plasma is viscous. So there is ऊपर से एक force खींच रहा है, that is the upward force which is exerted by this plasma, and there is a downward force which is exerted by the gravitational force of the RBCs, and there is a balance here. Okay, red blood cells settle in vitro because the density of the cells is greater than the density of the plasma. वो क्यों सेटल होते हैं? क्योंकि इनका जो डेंसिटी है प्लाज्मा से ज्यादा है एंड इसके वजह से वो सेटल होते हैं. As the RBCs will be falling in the tube, जो downward जो force है वो gravity का उसको counteract करता है ये viscous plasma का जो upward pull है. These forces will be relatively equal when RBC remain as an individual cell, resulting in little settling. But when they are agglutinated, जब वो ज्यादा हो जाता है तो ये ज्यादा जल्दी पुल कर देता है कंपेयर टू दिस एंड यू गेट द आरबीसी सेटलिंग डाउन. यूजुअली ये अगर पुल नीचे करता है तो ये ऊपर का जो प्लाज्मिस्कस प्रेशर है वो उसको बैलेंस कर सकता है. बट व्हेन दिस बिकम्स मोर, व्हेन दिस पुल इज मोर, they will settle down very fast and the ESR is going to increase. So you can see here the Rouleux formation and you can see this how the RBCs look when we are seeing it in this form, Rouleux form. So what is the mechanism? Normally RBCs settle down slowly as they do not form a Rouleux. Okay, normally Rouleux formation नहीं होता है. Instead what they happen, एक RBC एक दूसरे को रिपेल करते रहता है क्योंकि everything has a negative charge around it. So वो normal जो rate में उनको settle होना है they will be settling. But जब there are factors which are promoting the increased settling like fibrinogen, there is globulin, then what happens, the negative charge is neutralized and they will settle more quickly. Okay, especially this fibrinogen etc, they will combine with the red cell membrane and neutralize this negative charge, and because of that the RBCs will settle together, they'll come close to each other, they will form a Rouleux. तो ESR के लिए आप remember करो Rouleux formation is very important. If there is any factors which is not making the Rouleux happen, like it is your microcytes, your spherocytes, your polycythemia, your acanthocytes, whenever there is no Rouleux formation because of their cell surface, their cell size, like sickle cell, they cannot form a Rouleux, the ESR will decrease. Okay, this is first stage, you can see first the stage of Rouleux formation. The process of Rouleux formation starts, the negative charges are removed and they start coming to near to each other. Then there is settling. Now the Rouleux is formed and they start settling down and then they start packing. Okay, so stage of Rouleux formation, stage of settling and stage of packing. The same thing, the stage of Rouleux formation, that is called as your lag phase. It takes around 10 minutes to do this. Then the actual stage of sedimentation or the setting stage, that takes around 40 minutes. And then comes the stage of packing, actually packed together, and that takes around 10 minutes. So 40, 50, 60. So ESR in millimeter at the end of 1 hour because of these stages, and it is a standardized time which we take. Okay, so the mechanism of ESR formation is governed by the balance between the pro-sedimentation factors, mainly the fibrinogen, and those factors which resist the sedimentation. What resists the sedimentation? The negatively charged particles or the negatively charged ions around the RBCs. If there is an inflammatory process, the increased level of fibrinogen in the blood will cause the RBCs to stick to each other and they will make the Rouleux happen. And when the Roulet happens, the RBCs will settle down faster. Okay, so that is how the ESR process takes place. So there are many factors that influence the ESR. Some factors increase the ESR, like when a person is old because of their metabolism, because of their changes in the body, some inflammation, the ESR is high. In pregnancy, because of hormonal changes, estrogen, progesterone, the blood dynamics gets changed. Then there is ESR is raised in pregnancy. In anemia, there are too much space. The RBCs can move, they can settle very soon, and ESR increases. In case of certain technical factors, dilutional factors, if you increase the temperature, the settling happens. If there is a tilted ESR tube, the ESR will increase. If there is increased fibrinogen levels, if there is inflammation, infection, autoimmune disease, malignancies, increased immunoglobulin, all can increase the ESR. Similarly, if you have polycythemia, too many red cells, they cannot move, they cannot settle, they cannot pack, ESR decreases. Too many leukocytes, excessive leukocytosis, ESR can decrease. RBCs are spherical, spherocytosis. They cannot form Roulet, they cannot stack together. ESR decreases. RBCs are sickle shaped. RBCs are microcytic. Certain technical factors, dilutional factors. If the tube is very short, ESR can appear reduced. If the sample is clotted, ESR will be reduced. If there is no adequate mixing, ESR will be reduced. If the patient is having hypofibrinogenemia, there is less protein only, ESR can reduce. Hypogammaglobulinemia, dysproteinemia, all these can reduce your ESR. So these are few factors that can influence your ESR also. And that is the mechanism of ESR through 3 stages. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.